How did you feel you excelling at sports helped you with entrepreneurship? Do you think it had anything to do with it?
I think it's probably one of the biggest reasons why I didn't give up much earlier. So I think your perseverance is much, much higher. Your pain tolerance level is much, much higher. The way you conduct yourself with other people from a team building perspective, from a communication perspective, from a lead by example perspective is something that definitely helps you. And when you build a team, when it's difficult, when it's hard, you need to have a vision. You need to have a goal. You need to be driven by figures, by metrics, by the scoreboard. So any athlete will tell you the number one goal that an athlete has after retiring is to find a different scoreboard.
A different scoreboard. It's so interesting you say that. Why not? Why a different scoreboard?
Because when you're an athlete, you look at the scoreboard. So in basketball, it's the score. How many points did I score? Did my team win? How many points did we score as a team? How much? So when you're a swimmer, what's the time? When you're like in any, like if you're, a disc thrower, how far? So there's always a scoreboard that indicates your performance.
Right.
The moment you retire, if you don't have a scoreboard, but a scoreboard can be anything. The scoreboard can be how much money do I make? How much money does the company make? How many children do I have? How many classes do I teach? How many diplomas do I get? Like, you don't have to limit yourself by monetary thing. It can be educational. It can be life impact wise. It can be different kind of things. But any athlete has to have a scoreboard, because otherwise he would have to admit to himself that he's in his 30s. He's already done achieving things. And that's not healthy.
That's so interesting you say that. So what's your personal scoreboard today?
Oh, now it's very simple. For me, Bionic allows me to directly impact the health of millions of people. And my goal is to make this a global company. So last month, we sold to 73 countries last month. So we're building out a global network of Bionic, where Bionic becomes a synonym for personalized health. And when you look at the business, the reason why unicorn, which is $1 billion valuation for any startup, is such an important figure is, of course, the monetary part that comes with it, but it also indicates that you were able to shift and disrupt a complete industry. Because a unicorn, the moment you become the valuation of $1 billion plus, means that you disrupted an existing industry.
Right.
When you have enough backing, enough demand for it to grow further. So I believe as a Bionic is like how many consumers stay with you actively. That's the starting point. But those active consumers on a scale will get you to a global presence, will get you to a economic situation that you have a sustainable business to then grow it out and support and optimize more people.
Exactly. So improving people's lives is your mission, and that's kind of your...
But you need a scoreboard for that. Because I can say that and I can impact your life and your friends' lives, and then I already hit it. And that's already...
So you want to get to a unicorn?
That's the ultimate one. You can never say that initially. Like as your founder, if you say what you're trying to do is sell your business, that will fail. Right. You cannot... If the end goal has something with a figure in terms of money on it, it's going to be incredibly hard on those hard days when everything's going. But the moment you put yourself in a position where like, hey, I want to change people's lives. I want them to stop buying off-the-shelf products that their body doesn't need. I want them to educate themselves that their body changes over time. I want them to not blindly trust things online and think that all bodies are the same. When you wake up with this kind of conviction, then when you have a hard day, when everything doesn't work, when you have problems, when employees quit, when advertisers, when Facebook breaks down, all those things, it doesn't change, it doesn't take away from your conviction that what you're doing is the right thing.